Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a good day as always. So today I'm really excited to talk about a service that could really help those who are trying to fix their credit or start building credit without using loans. And that is through Experian's Credit Score Boost, or Credit Boost, I think. I'll be totally honest with you guys, I do not use the service. I do not plan on using the service. Not because I don't believe in it, but just because my credit's high enough to where I don't need to worry about getting it any higher, nor do I have any negative payment history that I'm trying to offset. But what I really want is for those of you guys who have used the service to comment with what your experience has been, whether it's positive or negative. Because again, I'm not going to use it, and I really want to give those who are considering using the service as much information as possible so they can make a sound decision. But for those of you guys who don't know what the service is, Experian Credit Boost is a way of inputting a lot of your payment history for various utilities to kind of show payment history and hopefully help you build your credit score without using credit cards or loans or anything like that. Or let's say you've got negative payment history on loans. This could be a good way of offsetting some of that by showing you do have positive payment history on other things. And I really think this is something that should be widely adopted, because even though it doesn't involve a bank, right? If you have a payment due date and a payment amount, that should affect your credit score because it shows you're able to pay something responsibly. So who cares whether it's a cell phone bill, your cable bill, your internet, your water, gas, it doesn't matter. There's a due date, there's a payment, and if you paid it on time, that should help you build credit. I think this is a really cool feature, and that's what Experian Credit Boost is, from what I understand at least. So pretty much what I want to do is talk about what I learned from the Experian website that I think are positives and what I read that could be potential negatives, and then hopefully at the end of the video you guys are more armed with information and you can make a better decision if you're considering this. So let's go ahead and start with some of the positives that I saw. First off, I think it's really cool that this service is available for free. You do not have to pay anything at all. And considering a lot of people pay decent money to, fix credit or dispute credit or just pay for information, the fact that you can get this service for free through the actual bureau itself, I think that's a huge asset that a lot of people can take advantage of. Another cool thing is that this is instant. It's not, let me go do this and in 6 months we'll see where things stand. It is pretty much, from what I understand, an instant upgrade to your credit score. Not only that, but you actually get to see what your credit score is. So, you may find out that immediately you went from, let's say, a 660 to a 710. I'm making those numbers up. But having the ability to immediately see how much of an impact that had on your score is a really great feature. The last thing that I want to say is a huge positive, and it's not that it shows this on the website, but I think it is so important to be able to build credit without using loans. Now, I'm not saying that you're never going to get a loan or that building your credit with a credit card is bad. Heck, my last video talked about building credit with a secured credit card, and I don't think that's a bad plan. But having the ability to do this without any debt or any loans or any interest rates involved is amazing. And again, that's why I said earlier, I hope this becomes much more widespread because it just makes sense to me. As far as the negatives go, there are a few, and it's not necessarily a knock on the service, but more like I think the stars kind of have to line up to make this a really valuable service. So what I'm talking about is this, right? This only affects your Experian score, right? It does nothing for your TransUnion or your Equifax score. And not every lender uses your Experian score. So let's say you're applying for a car loan and you just did the Experian Credit Boost and your score went from a 660 to a 710. Well, if the lender uses TransUnion, then this doesn't really matter at all. Like, who cares what your Experian score is? So again, it's not a knock on the service. It's just, it may not be as widely useful as you think. And even if they do use Experian, if they don't use the most recent FICO model, again, this doesn't do anything for you. This Experian Credit Boost, I think they said that they are on FICO Model 8, and that's kind of what it will affect. Well, let's say your lender uses a previous model of FICO scores. Again, this does nothing for you. It's kind of like, let's say you want to get an app on your phone, and it needs the most recent iOS 13, whatever, but you've got an older phone and it only goes up to iOS 11. I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope you get my point. Like, if your lender doesn't have everything structured just right for you to take advantage of this stuff, it doesn't amount to anything. The last thing that I'm really not a fan of is, in order to utilize this service, you have to connect bank accounts, which I've said multiple times now I'm not a big fan of. It'd be one thing if you were to say, hey, here's my account number with such and such utility company. You can see that everything's been on time. There's been no late fees or penalties or anything along those lines, and they can input that data. That would be great. But you have to connect your bank account. They're going to scroll through your transactions. You're going to highlight the ones that are positive payments for whatever service you want to highlight. And again, it just comes down to the fact that I don't want to give out bank account information. I know more than likely this stuff is going to be secure and nothing bad's going to happen, but Equifax has shown before, breaches do happen and they could happen again. So again, I just wish it utilized a different method, but whatever. But all in all, that's kind of my thoughts and opinions on the service. I'm not saying go out and do it and it's going to be a huge change. I'm also not saying don't do it. That's why I'm asking for those of you who have used the service, please let me know what your experience has been. That way everyone can benefit from others' experiences. I'm not saying that you should share what your credit score was, but let's say your score went from a 600 to a 620. If you want to comment that pretty quickly your score went up 20 points, that would be a huge benefit. And if you saw no real improvement, or perhaps you thought it was going to improve you in one way, but it ultimately didn't do anything for you, let others know. Whether it's good or bad, more knowledge is a good thing. But that's what I want to talk about today, guys. I hope you found this valuable. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. If you feel like supporting the channel, I do have a Patreon and an Amazon link down below, and any help is greatly appreciated. But thank you so much for watching. Make smart financial decisions, and I'll see you guys next time.
Hey guys, I know I just said this stuff, but let me say it again. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate all the support that you guys give me. And to support you, here's 2 more videos that I've made in the past in case you haven't seen them. Don't forget to share these with your friends and family so we can help all the people achieve their financial goals. Likewise, if there's anything that you would want to see made that you haven't seen thus far, definitely don't hesitate to let me know. But thanks again, take care, and have a good day.